Hello and welcome to another session of Element Squad's Scrims. Great to be here on the caster desk. Here right next to me, I got my friend Maniclass. How you doing today, buddy?
I'm doing pretty good, honestly. It's one of those days, It's one of those days where you're blessed that you can cast some squad games for elements, do the trios and the spell breaks. No solo games today. It's going to be full on squads, and that's what we like to see, especially with events coming up where teams actually play as a team. OSK.
Yeah, it's going to be a fantastic time. I'm really interested to see the adaptation that's going to be coming in from some of these new trios. That's actually another point that we have to bring up here. We have some brand new trios going to be showing up in this weekend event. Hopefully, they'll make it all the way out here to the Element Scrims. Now we'll see how Darkbreakers can do as a solo player, see if he can get any action later on in the game. Hopefully he doesn't get picked off. We'll have to see how that's going to end up. But again, excellent job from G3, also picking up another member in Odar. Player 2 is no longer on the squad here, so we do have a brand new member, and it looks like he's, pulling his weight so far. You love to see it, and here's Elpadog pulling his weight of his own. That's going to be Kamsky on the disruption, and now we're looking for target number 2 here. This might be a full squad. Let's see how it plays out. Here we got a fireball coming up. Got 2, make it 3. And that's going to be the end of him. T-Foul, a nice little bit of lightning coming on. And that's going to be the whole entire squad. Sammy Sam, Squidgen, and Fire Wraith all going to go down to untiered. That's got to be at least 7 exiles on the day.
Definitely starting off very hot is UT here, but untiered doesn't mean you're going to be invincible all the time. They do naturally well in the scrims. That's what you expect from them. But it's hard to figure out whether they're actually still the best team. They're obviously still the team to beat. Don't get me wrong. Like, there's no real statistical proof that they're not. But there is definitely a question mark of how much has everyone caught up with them, especially with the patch change as well that also set them back a little bit. It's a great time for Spellbreak right now because so many upsets can actually happen.
Yeah, definitely a lot of room for that kind of thing, and you're going to see it here. We have G3, again, picking up that new member, and probably the one most contesting their spot, at least in the NA side of things. We won't say anything about EU coming up, but this is an NA scrim, but we'll have to see how this plays out. But you make a good point here. How has everyone caught up? I know none of these players have ever stopped playing Spellbreak. They still have plenty of practice as a trio, and look at this, it's paying off. That's going to be 2 members of G3 already going down. Cam's getting 1, and that's going to be Elpadog getting Cam Sucks. Now all that's left is Megaverse, and we'll see where exactly he is hiding. Looks like the top of that mountain right there, trying to get a little bit of fire onto Elpadog. Looks like it worked for the moment, but it's still going to be the disruption and the exile there onto Cam Sucks. Now, if you see in the kill feed right here, we have a little team Solar Bear, we have Cozy, and we have Miba getting a little squad of themselves right here. And actually, that's going to be a re-exile, or that's going to be a full exile rather, onto Chaos by way of Kamsky. So it looks like untiered. As I was saying, G3 might have a chance to take their top spot. Untiered just proving me wrong right here, taking out 2 members. Now, we will see how this unfolds in the late game, how they rotate. Looks like it'll be ending towards the western side of Halcyon, but man, they are in a fantastic spot to take game 1.
It's definitely, I don't know, like we've been watching this for like months now, where you see UT being on top of everything. And again, like, as much as I do still think that they're a very good team and they're, definitely the team to beat, I do feel there's some other cool plays coming out from different players with different teams. So I hope we can get to see more of those so we can actually prove my point a little bit. Otherwise, I'm kind of just saying things, so you have to wait. But yeah, ARG, Juanchito with Joker and Odal definitely doing a little bit of work over here. Just inside the zone, on the border of it. Have to move a little bit soon. There's a lot going on here right now. You do see that Joker really has Juanchito really has the ability to stay outside of this fight in order to be able to shoot the ice glances at their targets. It's exactly what you want to do if you're that Frostborn. It's running that as the main class as well, making sure they actually get all the bonuses from it. And it's really running in a support capacity, even running the Finders Keepers and the Thirsty and the Harmony. It's all coming together for Juanchito. And all they need to do is hit some snipes every now and then, and they're basically golden.
Yeah, I do have to say, though, this is going to be a very tough task. All of them are from Argentina, so definitely a lot of ping to be working with right here, and everyone else will be on NA. And look at that, that's Solar Bear and Miba. Holy moly, that's ARG absolutely decimated. Very nice job by Solar Bear to pick that up, as well as Miba, someone I haven't really heard of yet. Miba, a new name to me. But yeah, Team CL really doing a great job of, providing a little legacy. They might just have a chance to take everything here, but we'll have to see. Going into later game, the time will tell. And sorry for misspeaking earlier. That is Cam Sucks onto G3. That is not Odar. Odar is part of Team ARG. So let me retract that little message. But enough of that. We have Solar Bear lining up a nice shot. That's Darkbreaker's gonna go out at spot number 8 right there, as you can see in the player count. Now we have another member coming in. This might be Megaverse from G3. We'll have to see. It's a solo player, and it looks like that is his skin. Yes, it is. This most definitely is Megaverse. So we'll see if Meba can take this one out. And we're going to see Solar Bear just completely turn his back on that member, He has full faith in Meba. Unfortunately, not going to finish out the exile right there. It looks like Megaverse got away for the moment. So it will be Team CL, it will be untiered, and it will be the solo player Megaverse here in these final circles. This is the final showdown, man in class. Who is going to come out on top?
It's a good question. There's still some rogue units somewhere on the side of it, because there's 7 players, and that's more than 2 squads, if my math is correct. So we'll see where that comes out to and what that turns into. CL, of course, going for that early fight is already under so much pressure from their opponents. But Solar Bear, not easily phased by these things. He uses their flash freeze in order to stay safe, stay in a little bit of control there. But is losing so much health. Solar Bear is getting taken out by Kamsky at range. Not quite sure what ability they used for it, as it was not covered in the kill feed. But we will now see when you walk up these stairs what you're going to run into. Because, I mean, basically, they expect that roof to not be booby trapped because they've already checked everything else, but might still be in a bit of trouble. Kamsky, though, not missing shots right now, not having to worry about anything. Not even the tiniest credit card number will just get discovered, will get pinged, and it'll be UT in a prime spot to take away this game.
So this is a very interesting situation right here. We have a 1v1v1. This is Kamsky, this is Meba, and this is G3 Megaverse. And look at that, that's Megaverse taking out Team Untiered. Now we have G3 Megaverse versus Meba, and who is going to come out on top right here? That is a big question. Now we have Megaverse coming over the top right here. The firewall blocking off any sort of shot right here. We have the Spring Step already off cooldown, but the Ignite will be procced. Now we have Megaverse just trying to slam down just a little bit, trying to get a little bit of shield recovered. Now we have an aerial duel. Megaverse is on 1 hit left, and that will be Meba with the wind offhand taking game number 1. Looks like Team CL is really making a name for themselves today, man of class. Magic
well,
bees.
this is a squad we haven't really been focusing on a lot tonight. No Ace, Primo-tastic, and NAC 3000, and we know that this is a squad that has a lot of potential. We know Ace frequently winning scrims in solos. Primo always scoring well. NAC 3000 definitely been doing well lately as well. They are being as challenged by the UT squad right now. No Ace already disrupted. They are not going to be able to get that resurrect off straight away because of a beautiful lightning strike that came down there, probably from T-Fel as well. And they're just under so much pressure. NAC 3000 is trying to hide into the storm, but the zone is getting smaller and smaller, and this is actually going to start ticking pretty heavily. And as well, you're still under pressure from a team like UT. You're not going to get away with all this free movement with the potential free res. It's not going to happen. Primo-tastic also taken down by Darkbreakers. It's another squad just coming to interrupt this fight. It might be a third party coming in. NAC 3000 may actually be able to get this res up. That would be huge. But no, they are being spotted out. They are being stopped. And then, you see NAC 3000 just going like, no. This guy's not going to get eliminated on my watch. You're not going to exile him. I'm going to have to keep throwing out these lightning bolts in order to stop that complete exile coming in. Primo-tastic still on the floor together with no Ace, and it's really up to NAC 3000 to try and rectify that position, to rectify that situation. It's a super tough thing to do, especially when you're in that zone, when that zone is getting smaller and smaller, when it's about to get even smaller in 30 seconds. You don't have that much time to work with. It's going to be a tricky one to get off, especially when Gigabyte, SKTT, and Joshua are just gatekeeping you.
Yeah, and Joshua actually switching off of the Toxicologist, opting now for the Pyromancer. A little bit less required to get the damage that you want, especially with focus mana, so maybe that little bit of reliability is what he's looking for. Like I said, it's the tried and true class. It's very, very consistent. You get exactly you get exactly out what you put into it, and that's just the name of the game right here. Joshua having a good example of this, just running that focus mana build. You know, all you have to do is shoot a fireball, and that's it. No need to go into outbreak, no need to jump and get that squall buff. It's just straight shooting. Now we have Joshua here. Oh, beautiful, absolutely beautiful snipe through the window there. Actually didn't even see the opponent, but apparently Joshua did. Now he's going right in, trying to get a snipe through the tree. Not going to land that one, but looking for number 2 onto his opponent. And looks like we have a bit of a flight jump coming out here, a little bit of a flight dash, but nothing really connecting on the frost except to Joshua getting sniped right in the face. Gonna have to regen all of that armor from his armor shard, and really just having to reposition here. He definitely he's definitely not in the best spot that you want to be in. Hopefully he can sort of provide this little cover right here. Excellent job from his team, from Ilya right there to lay down the firewall for that firefly. Now we have Untiered actually being a little bit tested right here. Kamsky is down, so now it's just T-Foul and Elpadog trying to rotate around the northeastern part of the zone, the northwestern side of Halcyon. We'll see how that works out for them, but they will have to keep an eye on Kamsky because, man, his orb is ticking down. There's not a whole lot of time left for him to get the res off, so hopefully they'll be able to seal out these little exiles right here. It looks like T-Foul trying to do his darndest to get that res off, but the other team's proving quite effective at deterring him.
They don't want someone to get res and you can prevent it, and that is exactly what they're trying to do right here. But Kamsky does get picked up, is back on his feet, able to resume the fighting after presumably a little bit of healing. But let's see how much time they get for that when all the enemies are so close. Look at that, already on the bridge right here. 26 players still alive, and the circle is getting ever smaller. It's a bit surreal how slow these games actually take shape and how much it explodes towards the end game, OSK. I mean, it's definitely not something we see in solos, definitely not something we see in duos a lot, at least if you play that. And it's fascinating, really, because it really just shows, like I said, the maturity of how this works. And there's like a rule in esports that I found is that professional players will always try to slow the game down. And I feel like that's what's happening right here. The better you get at the game, the more, I wouldn't say cautious, but the more collected and calm you play, which means that you're usually slow the game down to get your strategy, to get your plays out in the most effective way at the right timing as possible. And yeah, we have a lot of players in the lobby like that, like we have here, then the game is usually not progressing that quickly. It is that they have to move into the circle, otherwise they might just still be standing on the edge of the map.
Yeah, you know, I would have to wager that T-Foul, Kamsky, and potentially Darkbreakers want to disagree with the slowing down the game. They tend to go very, very fast with their particular actions. But here we have Miba right here trying to get a little bit of fire damage going up. He is running the Tempest still, and look at the damage coming out right here with this focus mana and the Squall buff coupled up together. That's going to be a total of 50% if he can get that third point into focus mana. For right now, it'll be 40%. And now we have Solar Bear just laying down the defenses, trying to get a little bit of a frost snap going up, but beautiful fireballs from Miba. Absolutely beautiful aim coming out right here. And now trying to shave off that last little bit of health. Look at that. That is going to be 2 exiles onto G3 by way of Miba, and Solar Bear bringing up the rear onto Megaverse. This is exactly what I was hoping for. This is my dream. My dream is coming true. Miba running the Tempest and making it work so well. I love to see it. Hopping on over to Joshua, Gigabyte, and Ilya over here. Just trying to, you know, make the best out of a weird situation. They were on the low ground before and were getting chased down quite a bit. Now it looks like that engagement hasn't ended and they are being pressured quite a bit. Actually, Joshua is fully disrupted right here. So Ilya and Gigabyte will definitely have to make a play. Trying to land the double boulder, nothing doing so far. Ilya, of course, the master of positioning right there. Unfortunately, going to get found out by that team. And look at this, the health is so low. Hopefully none of them have foresight or he's going to have a really, really tough day. The Dragonfire actually going to take him down quite a bit. The opponent definitely knows where he is right now. And that's a lightning bolt coming out. And that's going to be the end of Ilya. Darkbreakers saying, you can't make fun of my name. That's enough out of you. And that is a full exile wipe. Gigabyte, Joshua, Ilya. Going to have to wait for the next lobby. Meanwhile, Miba, Cozy, Solar Bear going to go down to a combination of G3 and Untiered.
Yeah, Untiered and G3 still in this lobby, as is, of course, SK Shape Matches and the Darkbreakers. They're going to try and win this game out. Naturally, we are working with a roughly a 4-squad game still. One of them might be broken a little bit since we have 11, so it's an uneven one for an even amount of teams. We will see if the Darkbreakers is going to be able to use this flight rate effectively. I mean, flying this high in the sky, I would say that's effectively, definitely, so far. It gives you a lot of information to scout, can throw some boulders down from up high. Gives you plenty of time to meditate while you're floating down.
Oh, what the heck?
Tries to hit those borders, and you get them straight away from the sky. That's what you call a meteor strike.
Oh my goodness, I'm hearing our production guy like, oh my goodness, Darkbreakers, I'm hearing our production guy like give these quick little gasps before the play actually happens. So I'm like, what is gonna happen? And then it just happens right in front of me. It's absolutely, oh, it's breathtaking. And now Darkbreakers, man, this is the thing about Darkbreakers, man. He runs unconventional builds. This is something they popularized since time immemorial, and he is the only one I see run this, and he's the only one that makes this work. He has flight, he has the wind offhand. First one that popularized it, and look at this, he's absolutely shaving off the health. Unfortunately, gonna get blown up right there by Kamsky, and then Kamsky, the double onto Shaco. Now it will just be, well, cut my train of thought right there on the camera spot, but it's all right, because we're gonna be having that last little member right there. It looks like Matches is gonna find revenge onto Kamsky right here. Actually, both members of Untiered are fairly low, so if Matches wants to make a play, he definitely, oh, careful, T-foul, careful. And now we're gonna see if Matches is gonna make this play. You know, he definitely can for the rest of his team. The health is rather low on all these members, but he is letting them get away to some extent. So it looks like Untiered might get away by the skin of their teeth. We'll stay tuned on that, but Matches, man, really holding down the fort for Team SK. The zone is so close together right now. This damage will almost certainly be too much to go for the res. And look at this, now he's being caught out by yet another team right here. Oh no! That's gonna be No Ace picking up the cheeky little exile right there off of Team World Tier. He is duoed up with Team Knack, and so many broken squads coming out. Oh my goodness, we're having a 2v2 showdown between No Ace, Knack, and then we have T-Foul and Elpadog. So we'll see how this plays out right here. We'll see who is going to come out on top. Looks like Knack is really, holy my goodness. I was actually Team ARG picking up the rear right there, but beautiful fireballs coming out from Knack 3000. You love to see it.